Hi everybody, it's 314 Reactor here. Today we're going to be looking at the newest release of the Unreal HD textures. It's now at the official release 3.00. A few weeks ago I did a video on the beta version of this. Now it has improved character textures, so in-game characters will now look way better. On top of that, the developer, Ahaig01, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, has been working alongside Lightning Hunter, and they've sent me a preview file which contains updated textures for weapons, pickups, and other random decorations. So, we have high-res textures for the weapons in Unreal Tournament. The original textures I don't think have been touched on since 1999, so they've fallen behind the other textures, whereas now, finally, they're up to date. They look amazing, and thanks to the devs for sending me this preview file. It's so cool, it looks amazing. Let's dive right in. Okie dokie, so the first thing you'll probably notice is these textures here. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. So high res, no longer muddy, low res, just very, very nice. The weapon pickups here look amazing. The rifle there looks absolutely fantastic. Let's go over here. The minigun pickup, so detailed, so nice. Absolutely beautiful. Again, the Ripper pickup, incredible. And we've got the rocket launcher pickup. Again, you can see all the details on it, all the writing, everything. Looks so nice, especially these pickups here. And then we go down to the health packs. These have also been updated with new textures. Again, textures that weren't touched ever, I don't think, since 1999. So finally, these have been updated and they look a lot better with the environmental textures. So let's fire up the game. And the first thing you'll see here is the Enforcer. Look at that. You can see the serial number on it, all the details, the screws, there's more metallic detail, there's more scratches, just generally just so much more detail. And even on the hand there as well, the text has been updated, so that looks really, really nice. Go ahead and give ourselves all weapons. So let's look at the impact hammer as well. Look at that, the scratches on the tanks there. It looks like the paint's worn off. It looks so nice, really highly detailed. And then we go to the bio rifle. Look at that. The detail is insane. Really, really nice. Oh my god, that is nice. And the shock rifle, look how sharp those textures are. So nice. Again, the detail on it is just immense. Like the battle scarring and stuff on it. Oh my god. Pulse rifle. The screws, the details, everything on there has been updated. The Ripper, another big improvement. The wiring there, the little lighting panels, the spikes on top. The actual spinning thing itself, it looks much more like metal, much more up to date. And maintains true to the original art style. That's what I really like about these textures. They're new and up to date, but they maintain completely true to the original art style of the game. The minigun, oh my god. The scratches on it, the detail, again the serial numbers on it. Flat cannon, again the serial numbers and everything else about it just looks so much more up to date. So clean as well, and again completely true to the original art style. And my favorite, the rocket launcher, look at that, the warning message on there, the writing on it, all the details, all just so lovingly updated. And the sniper rifle, again, big update, really nice. The scope looks a lot better, it looks a lot more like metal. You got some battle damage on there as well, combined with the screen space reflections. It just looks beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to look and do a direct comparison between the original textures and the new textures. So let's flip over to the old textures. This is the old school original textures on the impact hammer. These are the old school textures on the Enforcer. And here are the new ones. The old bio rifle textures. And the new ones. The old ASMD shock rifle textures. And the new ones. The old pulse rifle textures. And the new ones. Old Ripper. New Ripper textures. the minigun, original textures, and then the remade ones. Flat cannon, old. You especially see a difference on the numbers there on the front of it and on the pistons there. And the new ones, keep an eye out. And the rocket launcher, again, keep an eye out on the numbers and the wording and the finer details and the new textures. And the sniper rifle, especially keep an eye out around the scope and the finer details like the damage parts on the gun. So over to the new textures. And of course we have the Redeemer here. This is the old textures, as you can see, really muddy, low res. And then we flick over to the brand new textures. Absolutely amazing. This also gives a good look at the environmental textures between the old and new as well as the new lighting effects from the newer renderer. Huge difference. Looks absolutely amazing. Now, as well as weapon textures being upgraded, there's also been updates to the player textures as well. So if we have a look at the player here, you can see there's much more detail in the metal, the armor, the skin, the hat, the little communication thingy here. You can see, again, much more detail. All of the armor, all of the clothing, especially the robots here as well. Much more cleaner textures. So let's take War Machine here, and let's do a comparison with the old textures. So here's the new ones. There's the main body. And here we are with the old textures. So as you can see, much more blocky, much less detail. And then the face, yep. Again, so much more blocky. And here as well, far less detail on the armor, the clothing. It's a huge upgrade. And again, these are textures that haven't been touched since 1999. So these have all fallen behind the other environmental tech along with the weapons. And now, finally, they are back up to date. Huge upgrade, as you can see there. I think that's pretty much every texture updated now. There's a few things left. I think there's like a few decorations like trees and little plants and stuff left, but I'm sure they'll be covered off at some point as well. You can grab the 3.00 release of the Unreal HD textures, which includes updated environmental textures and the character textures that you're seeing here, but it does not currently include the weapon or pickup textures. I'm also using the DirectX 11 renderer, which is what these textures are designed to be used with. Again, you can grab that in the description below. So with all that said, let's run around a couple of levels and see what we can see in terms of the new textures. So let's jump into peak. The one thing I wanted to check still worked was the Parralax Occlusion mapping that was released alongside the 1.5 version of the DirectX 11 renderer, and I can confirm that it still all works nicely. So all the texture packs seem to work very nicely with each other. You can see there the textures are nicely parallax occlusion mapped, really nicely done with the Heightmaps. And also the issue that I was seeing before with slight red and green tints on the textures now appears to have gone, because that was the only issue I could see with them before. Now they look really clean, really nice. So you've got the Heightmaps and parallax occlusion mapping, normal mapping from the DirectX 11 renderer, all working seemingly flawlessly alongside the Unreal HD texture pack. So I think the version that's out now of the 3.00 release are the 2K textures, but I think there are some 4K textures on the way, so we should hopefully be seeing even more beautiful looking textures coming soon. And as soon as they're out, I'll be downloading them and doing a video on them. And again, there's the textures on the new health pack. Fits much nicer with the new environmental textures. And there's the jump boots with the new textures on as well. Beautiful. The level of detail on the pickups is insane now as well. Absolutely insane. I think they're the same models. I think it's just the texture's been updated. The only other improvement I could think of is getting those textures on newer, higher poly models and then having those models be more compatible with Tessellation. In fact, that pickup may be a high-res model, I'm not sure. I'm fairly certain the pickups are the same models now as the actual weapon models in first person. Because that does look incredibly detailed. Let's check out the big keg of health. Look at that. The details on the buttons there, the little panels and stuff. Alright, let's flick over to some Phobos, because I want to see what the new health vials look like. It's one thing I haven't seen yet. Alrighty, and oh wow, already. Again, a lot of these textures will be similar to my previous video on the 3.00 beta for the Unreal HD textures, but my god, they still look really, really nice. Just the detail. Nice and sharp, but not too sharp. So let's find some health files. I think health files still... They may have a bit more detail on them. It's harder to tell. They do look a bit more up to date. Could just be placebo effect. Either way, they look good. I've also noticed here that even the barrels here have had a bit of an update on the textures. Very nice. Again, something else that was starting to look out of place with the newer textures around it. Now looking much more up to date. These textures here, really like these. And again, now with the new weapons, just, oh my god, that looks good. And the reflections as well, the screen space reflections in the gun and the environment. Oh man, look at that. There is one slight weird thing I'm seeing there though. You can see this area there keeps twitching around a bit. I think that's just due to how, or the original Unreal Engine handles models, polygons and stuff. They warp around a bit. So I think that's having a slight deleterious effect on the new textures there. Yeah, there's still a bit of warping on the models. That has really brought the weapons up to standard with the rest of the environment. Ooh. Yeah, the weapons also feel even more chunky than before as well. Yeah, oh man. Really feels like you're holding a powerful gun. Because it feels much more real, tangible and metal with these new textures. Oh man, that is nice. So let's check out some CTF Orbital. Let's put some bots in so we can see the new character textures in action. Oh man, this looks so good. Oh, the earth down there as well. So I think something else that's been updated is the actual flag texture as well. Because yeah, look at that. It looks much more like some sort of cloth texture. Ooh, that looks nice. That's nice to see that updated. And the reflection in the gun and the high-res textures. Oh man, it's too good. Let's do players only, which will freeze all of the bots. And yeah, so the textures on the weapons that the bots hold is much more up to date. Character textures, much more up to date. That looks really cool. Just look at the detail on the armor. The headband there looks like a real, like, again, another cloth texture. Hair looks better, armor looks better. That is a vast improvement. And here with a close-up of one of the bots' faces, again, the detail is so much higher. Whereas before, that would all just be really blurry. The extra wear and tear on the armor and stuff as well. And then of course you have the weapon there as well. Pretty much getting to the level of detail that the actual first-person weapon model has. So now pretty much the whole game looks HDified. The sniper rifle looks absolutely amazing. Just look at the reflections in that as well. It's getting to the point where it's starting to look just as good, if not better, than later releases like Unreal Tournament 2003 and 2004. all of the updates to the textures have maintained the original art themes. They look better, but it still looks like Unreal Tournament 99. Because sometimes texture packs can change the art style. They can be too sharp. But these are just about as perfect as you can get. I think the actual rockets and projectiles and stuff, they're still low-res textures. Hopefully they get updated as well. That'd be cool. Another cool thing to add to these would be normal mapping as well. Maybe even parallax occlusion mapping. So you could have like little extra details here. Like you could normal map the little screws and stuff here to have little bumps in and reflect around the light. That would be really cool if it's even possible. So here we are, a quick look around Arcane Temple. This artwork here, really nice. Look at that. The wood effects, really nice. Grass looks super nice as well. I think the only thing that needs still a bit of an update is these trees here, because they still look like the original trees, but hopefully they get updated soon. Here we are on some Domination Sesmar. Again, look at these textures on the ground in combination with the parallax occlusion mapping. So you get a really bumpy effect with those tiles. So now the weapon pickups and the weapons all just fit in with the rest of the textures. All look completely up to date. Oh my god, that looks beautiful. The normal mapping on the water there and the reflections. The reflection in the gun there. This just looks amazing. When it all comes together, it just looks amazing. I really love these new weapon textures. These textures also affect the original Unreal, which I think has had its own HD skins for a while as well. Weapon skins and character skins. So I'm going to do another video on that at some point as well. And here we are on Turbine, and yeah, check out these wood textures. Super high res. Again, parallax occlusion mapping on them as well to give them extra details. The floor here as well. That just looks beautiful. The walls here. Again, parallax occlusion mapped. Look at the detail there. Look at the detail. I mean, it just looks so good. And the frame rate here is about 85 to 90, I'd say. So I'm not sure if that was lower than it was before. I think I was running about 98 prior. So these new textures may have affected the frame rate, but not in any horrible way. There's little bits of detail there. See, textures where you can zoom right into them and they still look good. That's what you want. Look at the scratches and detail here. Then you've got the normal mapping there as well, giving that nice little bumpy effect in the reflection. I think somebody should do an updated version of the main menu, because this is the old 4x3 one and it's quite low res. That'd be really cool if somebody could upscale this so it could handle 16:9 and look really, really sharp. That would be really cool as well. That would be the cherry on top of this texture pack, I think. Let's check out another level. Hall of Giants. I mean, that already just looks really nice. I'm running this in 4K with lots of anti-aliasing, full-on anisotropic filtering. So that just looks really smooth. Nicely detailed textures. The ground texture here as well. I think that's shed from Facing Worlds. Really nice in that green light. Oh, that looks awesome. So I think my favorite new weapon textures here are between the shock rifle and the rocket launcher. Because they both just look amazing. Look at that. The ground textures, the character, the weapon, everything. I really want to look at more levels. I think the majority of levels have been updated in this texture pack. So good to still see Unreal Tournament getting updates after all these years from the modders. Really, really cool. So yeah, all links are in the description with the exception of the brand new weapon models and pickups. I'm not sure when they'll be released, but the full release I imagine will be coming soon because they look pretty much done as we've seen in this video. They look really, really amazing. Thanks to the developers again for sending me the preview file of this. Oh, look at those textures there as well. Oh my god. Anyway, I better wrap the video up now, otherwise it's just going to go on forever as I just play map after map endlessly. Thanks for watching, keep an eye out for future videos, hope everyone's staying safe, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.